Today I'd like to start out and tell you guys a little bit about ultramarathons. The definition of an ultramarathon is anything higher than 26.2 miles. Common distances for ultramarathons are 50K, which is 31 miles, a 50-mile race, 100K, which is 62 miles, and then 100-mile distances and even beyond. So those are the typical ultramarathon distances, and I've done anywhere from, my first ultramarathon was a 50K, and then I also attempted a 100-mile race where I only made it 66 miles, which was the drop down was 100K for that race. But as far as training for an ultramarathon, I think you really need to get out there, start running, and whether you're doing a 50K or 100K or even 100 miles, you need to put in some good mileage training runs. Things to consider is, for your race, is how are you going to refuel during the race. Part of ultramarathons is being able to eat a good amount of food and recharge so you don't bonk and hit tons of walls. So one thing I do is I use GU, energy gels, and also Clif Bars. Those are my main two sources of caffeine and calories during a race. When I train, I usually, every hour or so, I try and replace at least 100 calories, depending on how hot it is, how hard I'm running. Could be up to 300 calories an hour. A typical Clif Bar has about 230 to 275 calories per bar. So one of those every hour or so is will replenish me enough to keep me going. And the GU shot energy gels, some have caffeine, some do not. I typically try and stay away from caffeine early in a race and early in training, and then have a caffeinated gel later on when I'm kind of feeling a little out of it, give me a little boost of energy. So you want to make sure that you're refueling properly, and during training know which foods you're going to work well with. Obviously stay away from spicy things. I made a bad mistake of eating pasta salad, which had Italian dressing in it before a long run, and let me tell you, that did not end well. So hopefully a little trial and error, nothing too bad, but know your body, know what foods you can eat. Make sure you're refueling on your long runs. During ultras, another thing that you want to be efficient about is getting into aid stations. So getting in and out quickly and efficiently, getting all the supplies, water, and food that you need. For me, I like to carry a handheld water bottle. It's by New Balance. It was like 15 bucks. I carry that thing around me like crazy at every race, 50-miler or 100Ks. You want to have water with you. Sometimes aid stations are only 4 miles apart, sometimes they're 8 miles apart. So you have to make sure you know that going into a race. And those are just some training tips for ultramarathons. A couple of my other videos will have different advice, but mainly nutrition and staying hydrated and some training for ultramarathons. So make sure you know what you're getting yourself into. It's a great accomplishment, great goal for people to have, and challenge yourself, get better. Alright, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and hopefully more to come. Thanks.